Um, Hi everyone, I'm Jeannie Ralston, and I am so happy you're here because we had two great trips to Portugal last year, and really just one of my favorite trips ever. And that's hard. I mean, I know I could say that about all kinds of trips, but this really was special. And I'm so glad you're here because we're doing it again this year with just a few little tweaks. And I wanted to introduce you first to somebody who went last year. She can't hang on the phone very long. And then we'll also interview someone else who's been here. But Colleen Martin
Oh,
on our trip.
really?
And she was a great addition. And she was in a lot of my pictures. I was like, and she wrote a story. She wrote a story.
Yes, I'm going to put that in the chat so you can
Yes.
read my article
Oh, yes,
about.
yes. It was just great because you came with your sister and your aunt, and it was just a lovely um, whole time for the three of you and for us to meet you as a group. So, can you tell us what your favorite parts were, or what?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if everyone has been on a Next Tribe trip before, but it's this wonderful mixture of all the places you want to see, plus all the activities you want to do. Jeannie seems to know that all of us want to do some shopping, some great eating. We want to have a little lounge time. We want a little luxury time. So she puts that all together. And this trip, I think this really was one of the best that I've done. I think I've done about five now. And I really, really love this trip. I mean, Portugal's a beautiful country. I absolutely love the hotel that we stayed in Lisbon. It's by the cutest little square. It was at Square Carmo, right?
Carmo, yeah, yeah.
Carmo. And the walking that you can do right around there and the shopping was just amazing. The views all around were fabulous. And so as you come in at the start of the trip, you're just hit with all of this architecture and history. You have that fabulous boat ride in the very beginning, and then you're in this fabulous little quaint hotel that's got good food and the beds are good, everything is good. And then we have an action-packed itinerary. You go to places like the Tile Museum, which is just awe-inspiring. And then Jeannie takes you where you get to paint your own tiles. I mean, that I should have had my tiles to show. That was just so amazing. And then you're walking all throughout is it
The
the
Alfama district.
Alfama district, which is really, really, really old. And I remember thinking as we're walking down the steps and stuff, how many people have, walked these steps, and has there been blood on these steps? And, how many romances were on the side of these steps? It's just like steeped in history. So really, Lisbon is fabulous. And that rooftop bar that you go to, oh yeah, that's really where it's at. Actually, some of our best pictures were at that rooftop bar also because it was really
And
great.
just steps away from the hotel. So,
Yes, just steps away. So first of all, for your trip, you've got all the fabulous Lisbon stuff, but really, the piece de la resistance is the Douro River Valley. And you guys will not believe this winery when you go there. It is total luxury. It's in the most beautiful location, these rolling hills of the vineyards, and it's pristine. There's not all these other tourists or crap all around. The hotel at the winery is gorgeous. And the food, oh my God, the food from that cute young chef. Oh, like every dish is a spectacular. We called it food porn when we were taking pictures and posting on Instagram. It was amazing. So you've had the hustle and bustle of Lisbon, and then you arrive at the winery, and you get to relax for a few days. The beat is a little bit slower. There's a fabulous pool, the infinity pool, and you're overlooking the river, and then you go to the winery, and we actually got to pick the grapes and then walk around the winery, learn all about it and taste it. Really, really spectacular. And And then you have the day where you go to, I'm forgetting all the names of the towns. You go to
Pinyao, Pinyao.
Pinyao, that's right. That's right close to the winery. And you took us to the fabulous restaurant there. And that's where you get to really see all the other wineries around and the port wineries as well. And you get kind of a taste of the culture and the people around there. It was really spectacular.
And we got
So
to jump off
it's
the
like,
boat.
Yeah, we
and,
went
and
up
then you
Off the
get a
boat.
jump. Yeah, that's right.
and
That was really great. I remember you, Kathy. You were really enjoying that restaurant that day.
I did. I enjoyed
A lot of
everything we did.
wine.
a lot of
Yes,
wine.
and the port forever. Oh my gosh, love port.
I know that was good. So
Well, go
So
ahead.
really that winery, it's such a wonderful mix, Jeannie, that you put together in terms of the city of Lisbon, all that stuff and the history and everything. And then you have the speed of everything changes. It's slower. You really get to relax. You get into the feel of it. And so by that time, your body is just really absorbing. I'm on vacation in a fabulous place. It is really wonderful. And then you end up going to Porto, which is another beautiful, fabulous city. The pictures of the bridge right there, and being able to see the start of the famous walk. How come I can't remember all these things?
The Camino de
The
Santiago.
Camino, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I loved our little guides there as we're walking around. That was really spectacular. And we actually spent, my sister and my aunt and I spent another 2 days in Porto after the tour ended, and we were able to go and see, a few more things. That's where, Harry Potter was actually written, and one of the little
Oh,
cafes there.
the library was there was what J.K. Rowling used for Hogwarts. So yeah.
Yes, but she actually, the little restaurant where she would go, the coffee shop where she would go and write
Oh,
every day is there too.
there
So
too.
that,
Yes, I
that
forgot
was
that. That's a good
pretty,
point.
pretty amazing.
Well,
Um,
oh, yeah,
yeah, so I was just going to say that it really is a spectacular trip, and Jeannie has put it together, beautifully in terms of the pace and the types of things that you see, but you get lots of time for all the little things that you want to do on vacation. But I cannot emphasize enough how you are in that lap of luxury when you're at the Douro River Valley. And you don't always necessarily get that when you're on a trip. So it was really, really nice. All right, I'll
yeah.
stop there. See if you have any questions or anything.
Yes, thanks, Colleen. And I wanted Colleen to speak first because she has a
I
little
have a
dental
dental
emergency.
emergency.
So,
Oh no.
and I know that Jeanette has to leave. So I'm gonna, and then Kathy, I'm so glad you came too, Kathy Schneider. I thought maybe when I go through this presentation with photos and stuff, you could help speak to some of the things that Colleen mentioned and
Sure.
everything. So, but Colleen, thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, thank
And
you. Sorry I couldn't stay.
I hope it gets
Oh,
better.
it'll be fine. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. All right, bye-bye.
Take care. Okay, now I'm going to share to share my screen so you can see the pictures and we'll talk to just bear with me because I'm serious. This is like the worst thing that I do is this. It's the technology. It's like the handoff of a quarterback going to the handoff, and it's a lot of fumbling I do. Anyway, so so this is a little presentation. You can see the pictures and with that go with it. And I'm just seeing if there was somebody else who came. So just a good overview, and we'll be going from Lisbon to the Douro Valley, which is up here, and then to Porto. So we don't. There's other things in Portugal, and if you want to do them before or afterwards, I suggest you do. We can't get you to everything, but we can give you a great taste of it all. And I put this trip together after scouting it with a friend, and we had the most, intense time putting this trip together, finding the best things. It was really really fun. Some of you know Lucy Frost, I think. So she was the one who helped me on that. So this is the hotel she was talking about, and Kathy,
It was gorgeous. The views from our window just overlooked all of Lisbon. It was spectacular. That was a really good choice. I loved that hotel.
And it's a good location. We spent a lot of time trying to figure out the location. I mean, there's a lot of hills in Lisbon, and this is up on one kind of a really cool side of Lisbon. And then there's a lower point that is kind of more touristy, and I was trying to find us a place that where we had access to lots of great restaurants and shops, but we weren't like overwhelmed with tourists. So
My roommate and I walked to the square across the street from there. I think the picture with the tree, and it was
yeah.
all locals, and they had a setup where we could go get a glass of port on before we turned in for the night. So it was very local. I loved that part of it. Yes.
It's really a fun time. And we start with a sunset. There's Colleen. Do I have you in here, Kathy, somewhere?
Oh, I don't know. Hand falling off.
But I like to start a trip with a nice overview, and this was just the kind of it's so inspiring, the sunset, the wind, the temperature. They play music. I've been known to dance. They're playing
Photo's
music.
not on here. That's a great photo of you.
It's just I was just so happy. It was just a happy time. And we do a cooking class, and the women who run this cooking class, they're so much fun. And of course we're learning stuff about cooking, but we're also just laughing and with the chefs, and then we sit down and have a great meal. So it is just it's not your ordinary cooking class. It felt like kind of we had music the whole time, and they were a hoot.
Two
So
personalities. Yeah.
yeah. And then so in a lot of trips, I like for us to be doing things and getting our hands on into the culture more than just checking off museums or churches. We do go to the tile museum, but it's got a purpose. I mean, Portugal has a great history of tile making, and so. But I've also found these two sisters who give these classes on, and you make your own tiles. And we're sitting in this gorgeous courtyard. Remember that? That was people
It
would
was
walk behind.
everybody that walked by wanted to know what we were doing. And actually they were like, can we do this too? I'm like, no.
So people on tours were like, "Wait, why aren't we doing this?" So anyway, and that was oh, and there's our teachers they're two in the front with the aprons on.
Right. Yeah.
They're sisters, and they didn't speak a lot of English, but we understood, and we had somebody there to translate anything vital. Oh, there's Kathy right there. Um, and then yeah, we talked about the views, but there, you're just looking out onto this beautiful, it's a river, but it's at the mouth going into the Atlantic. So it's just fabulous views of the old town. And oh yeah, we do go to see Fado. And then I know what you're laughing at, Kathy Schneider. We had this particular, he's not on this picture, but we had a singer at the Fado that just cracked us all up because he was very handsome, and we enjoyed watching him. So anyway, and this other picture, this is our guide. We have a guide, Oscar, who helps us in Lisbon, and he's actually a singer too. So we were at dinner and he's singing, serenading us. So we got the whole Fado thing, which Fado is kind of like I don't know, cross between country and blues, but in Portuguese. I don't. It's like your heart's breaking, and I think it was from when the Portuguese sailors were out and they were missing home, and there's just a wistfulness and
Well, Oscar told us that they would kind of like be going after the same woman, and they would
Oh.
be sitting on other sides of her, and they would sing back and forth at each other, but they were kind of like dissing each other and trying to get the woman. So I don't know.
That's really amazing. I didn't hear that part, but that makes sense. Um, and the whole time we have great food. I mean,
Oh,
we had so much food. I have told Oscar we don't need as much food as before because
Oh
we
my
couldn't
gosh.
eat all of it. I just said, oh, it was, and we got it. There's the traditional dish. There's cod and salted cod, and so it's really good. But we had it in all these different forms, and so, but they had a lot of other fish too. And this is paella, or the
Mm.
Portuguese equivalent of paella. Just some
Mm.
really pretty spots to eat, and you will not go hungry.
No, and the food was fabulous.
Yes,
Really good.
we really did. And I mean that the food on in Lisbon on the way up was kind of more traditional, but then when we got to the Douro Valley is when we had the mind blowing. So we
Wow.
drive up the coast and we stop in a little town called Costa Nova that has these little beach uh, cottages, and there used to be fishermen cottages. So it's and then I have a friend in that town, and I hope I'll get her to join us again for lunch. So it's always nice to meet local women on these trips. So then we get to the Douro Valley, and you can see it's just, you know, very steep hillsides to down to the river, and almost all of them are covered in rows of grapes. So we are in the real heart of the wine country here, and this hotel is a vineyard that goes back. It was into the 1700s, and it's been making wine since then. And you could just feel that age and that tradition. And then they've updated the winery, and it used to make just port, but now they make all kinds of things, and you drink a lot of them for at dinner. So this is really it's a relay and chateau hotel, so really top class. And we will have we need a few more people to make sure we have to get the whole hotel, but we have the whole hotel reserved right now. So hoping we get just a few, we need a few more people to get the whole hotel reserved. But that's extra fun because then we take over and we do whatever we want.
And that was one of my favorite parts because it's so laid back. You really get to know everybody on the trip, and we all made really nice friendships. It was great.
Yes, and I try to make sure we have enough time to enjoy the hotel. So this is where, like Colleen was saying, was the kind of the downtime is we're not going because you're at this fabulous hotel. So went on walks, we just sat by the pool, whatever. So it's a great opportunity to dial it back. And then the wine harvest, I mean, I should say grape harvest, but anyway, so we build this trip around the grape harvest. So we will be taking part, going to the hiking into the hills, not hiking, but walking into the hills and just snipping some grapes. And they say, why don't you just get a bucket full? But some of us were just like, we want more than that. So we were like cutting, cutting, cutting. And then so we really get that feel of what it's like to be that close to your wine, at that stage. And then we go and do a little tour of the vineyard and do some wine tasting after that. I think, yeah, then we take a tour and there's
Mm.
Kathy. Doesn't she look
Mm.
happy?
In front of the wine.
In front of the wine. So yeah, we get to learn more about the winemaking and the history. They still make some port here, but we do get some, but mostly it's reds and some good whites. So we get to learn all about that. And then she was talking about the food. The food is just stunning. Like
Wow.
Amazing.
we had a bunch of New Yorkers on that first trip, and they were, I mean, I always feel like it's so hard to impress New Yorkers, but they were like, "What?" And we were thinking maybe the guy who the chef was a retired um, you know, Michelin star chef who just decided he was done with all the craziness and was just going to come here and relax. We finally met the chef. He's like 24 years old, but I can't say enough about the inventiveness of the food. And it was always just enough. It wasn't, we never
Wow.
ate too much, just beautiful. Everything was so well thought out. I mean, it just blew me away. So
Right.
it was. And then we were talking about the river trip. We go down the river and we go to this little town of Pinhao, and it has some famous speaking of tile mosaics there on their train station. We go to lunch. We get to see a lot of the different, I mean, we don't visit, but we see a lot of the different wineries. So it's really a great kind of way to just take it all in because the roads around here are really hard to get around. I mean, they're tiny. So it's best to go on the river to get the real sense of the place. And we did go swimming on our trip, Kathy, which I
Yeah.
loved. The second trip that we did, nobody wanted to swim, so it was really cold. So that we still that'll remain to be seen about swimming in the river. And then after Quinta Nova and the Douro Valley, we head to Porto. One change from last year, Kathy, is that we did add another day in Porto. So last year,
Oh, that's perfect. That
yeah,
was my only complaint. I wanted one more day. That is the perfect thing
yeah.
to do. Yep.
So yeah, we listen. You'll see, and people who've traveled with me before, you know that we get a survey done, and so we really do listen. I mean, we really. Some people said we felt like Porto, not enough time, and so I was like, okay, let's do it. So we
Yeah.
added another night, and and I have a friend there who's a tour guide, and she takes us around. She wasn't there with your group, Kathy, but she was with
Okay.
the second group. But the woman who did the tour was fabulous.
No, she was great. We just didn't have a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of time on it. So that's you know, Porto's just, another really nice hotel in the center of things. Easy, I mean not easy walking because there are some hills, but centrally located um to everything. And I mean, I love these pictures here of just everybody so happy. This is one of my favorite pictures on the right here. That's she was on your trip, Kathy.
Yeah.
What was her
Joelle,
name?
oh gosh,
Joelle?
Joelle.
Joelle, yeah, but it's just like she's, you know,
Beautiful.
it was
Yes.
beautiful. So anyway, so
Nice.
that is the group. Here's just a few more. That's the bar that Colleen was talking about.
Oh, the
Right. And
rooftop.
that was our guide, Paula.
Yeah. Oh no. Letitia. Well, anyway,
No,
well,
Paula, right? Like
I
Paula,
thought
but wasn't it?
I thought it was Lilia. Lilia.
You're right. Sorry, it was
That's
the
okay. Yeah.
yes.
And just look at those views over there. So. And I love this picture, just a few more, because there was too many pictures.
That's
That
great.
just, I mean, I love this look like, oh my God, look where we are.
Yeah, so beautiful.
So anyway, um, so I know Jeanette, are you doing okay for time? Oops.
Mute.
Oh, I'm
I
asking.
have to go at 6. I'm sorry. I'm volunteering at the theater tonight. And if
Oh, exciting.
I know.
Well,
But it's a conflict.
but but let me ask you so you have a chance before you go. You have any questions? You haven't signed up yet, I don't think.
No, I've been thinking and talking about it, and when this popped up, I thought, oh, great, I'll get a little more info on it. I do have a question, and
Sure.
I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I feel like I need to ask. So I've been hearing a lot on the news and stuff about how, and Portugal is one of the countries there in Europe are saying, Americans, back off. The tourism is too much. Too many
Oh,
people are coming. You
no.
don't counter any of that, do you?
No, not a bit. No, 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 not a bit. Plus, I mean, I think first of all, we're going off season. I mean, we're going in
Hmm.
September, which makes a difference.
Yeah.
It's July, August. Those 2 months are just crazy in cities all over Europe. But and plus, we're trying to stay away from. There's a few things we'll do. Like I said, we stay away from the main tourist area where they stay. We're staying up the hill from that. We'll do some like I would say the places that have a lot of tourists would be the maybe the Tile Museum, but that's not even the first stop. But we'll see some big tour groups and stuff, but we're a small group. I didn't feel, and especially in the Douro Valley, like Colleen was saying, we're so far away from other tourists. What do you say, Kathy?
I think that's a good observation that is showing up places, but I just came from Ireland with Jeannie and we were so welcome. Everyone was so happy to see us. And this is not my first time in Portugal. And the people there are so lovely. I never met anyone that was rude or ever questioned my citizenship or anything. So I was really, really comfortable and thought it was really a great experience.
Great, good. Thank you, guys. I hated to even ask, but they've been talking about it so much. I'm like, okay, I just need to at least ask about it. And it's
Yeah.
not so much that people would be rude or, just if we're doing harm, I don't want to contribute to that. And so I know that y'all have been recently, and I just wanted your feedback on that.
No, I feel confident that they like our tourist support, and also I just try to stay away from the stuff that's just too much, like overly crowded or where we might hurt something. So no.
Okay, thank you so much. I had a feeling that was the answer.
Well, any other questions?
No,
Hey,
I think that's
Susan.
me.
Hey, Jeannie,
Susan,
Susan
hi.
Campbell. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
We're gonna fly in and then is there a particular time that we're supposed to meet at the hotel that night when we fly
I think it's
into?
like an afternoon. We meet in the afternoon because it's, you check in. I'll have to look. Maybe Marcy
Okay.
has that on her fingertips, but it's usually a afternoon,
Yeah,
late afternoon.
3 or so, something
Yeah,
like
That's
that.
and then
right.
we start out, we do, and we go the sailboat. I can't, it doesn't have it on the tip of my mind, but it's like starts at 6 or something like that.
Okay.
We're there for
All right.
sunset, so we have time to just get to know each
Hang
other
out.
and go off
Okay.
on this sailboat.
And
So
also, we're waiting to hear back from the hotel to see if they can block some rooms for us the night before the trip starts, because typically several people want to come a day early. So if we get those, then we can sell them to you through us. It'll be the easiest way to do it. And so look for a note or a letter, an email.
Okay.
An email. It's 2025
an
from
email.
me if those rooms are available.
Okay, thank you.
And Kathy Goff,
Yes, ma'am.
any questions?
Yes, I was wondering how many people have signed up so far, or how
There
many
are 10 people have signed up. So
okay.
yeah, we need just I'd like to get a few more. I mean, the trip's going to run no matter what, but I want to get a few more because I want to get take that whole
Yeah.
Quintino, I mean the winery hotel in my mind.
And I wanted to say congratulations on your engagement.
Oh, thank you.
Are you in Colorado now for the wedding, or
No, I'm going next week, but
next week?
not
Yeah.
only did I get engaged, but my son is getting married this coming next weekend. So
Yeah.
thank you, Kathy.
I don't have a roommate, so if there's, anybody that needs a roommate, I'm available.
Oh, yes. Jeanette, if you need a roommate, Kathy, I can vouch for Kathy because she's a
Yeah.
frequent traveler and just fabulous. So and
Okay, great. Well,
Jeanette is as well. She roomed with somebody from in Scotland last year.
Yep.
Mm.
So, but Jeanette, before you leave, and we can get to more questions, but I want to do a drawing. I have some names here.
Oh, okay.
This is for the $400 off on the trip. So on all of these things I do this. Let's see. Oh, and it is
Oh.
Jeanette.
Now you got to come, Jeanette.
Now she has to come.
Oh, there you go. Thank you so
So
much.
Jeanette, if you sign up, Marcy you've done, I think you've won before, but she'll take care of your deduction after you
Yep.
sign up.
Okay, do I still get the deduction for attending the photo thing?
What was that deduction?
Well, it was 200.
Oh my God.
I know.
I owe you so much money. Maybe I need to take it back.
No, don't you dare.
Well, you can see we don't fix it. Otherwise, I would have said, "Oh no." I'm just kidding. But yes, I'm sure we can work that out.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to
No,
it.
we stand by. You've got a credit, so we always do that. So you're halfway there almost.
All
Jeannie,
right,
another
thank
question I
you.
had, when we're traveling between these three different sites, do we go by bus or how does that
Yes.
work?
Yes,
On
so
a
we
bus?
have a bus, a really nice, it's not huge bus, it's a
Yeah,
skinny bus, very comfortable. And,
cool.
the drive, the only long day of travel is that Lisbon to Douro Valley, but we break it up and probably it's like 4 hours total, four and a
Yeah,
half, and we break it up with lunch. And, so
yeah.
it's not too bad.
And then the day we arrive in Lisbon, I mean, I've been scouting tickets and I mean, for me, it looks like the best option is leaving the day before and then arriving on the 10th. But most of the tickets for me would get me in fairly early that day.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We
it,
can request an early check-in, but I will be there the day before. So
okay,
if you don't have, if they can't let you in, you can you can come up to my room and we'll arrange it. You can take a
drop
shower
my
or
bags.
whatever you need to do,
Okay,
but till your room gets taken.
yeah. And we just take a cab from the airport and
Yes, it's not an expensive ride. It's so close. Like at one point I was thinking of staying at the airport, an airport hotel, and then I realized there's really no need. It's so
yeah,
close in.
it's
So
close enough.
I can look to see what the cost is, but
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I just wondered if that was the best. And also, do we need euros or do we need
euros, yeah.
euros?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely euros.
all
And
right.
mainly have that we'll be doing some tipping.
Yeah,
Um, we'll tip the tips for the guy Oscar, who helps us in Lisbon. I thought I could do it myself, do everything in Lisbon. I put all these activities together, and then I realized I I, I can't get us around Lisbon. So
yeah,
I got this guy Oscar to help us. He's wonderful. It just adds a lot to it. So we'll tip him. We'll tip a few drivers, and then of course for your rooms and stuff. But a lot of but it's a place that people take credit cards, but it never hurts to have some cash.
yep.
Kathy, did you feel like you
You
spent a
know,
lot
I
of,
went early and we went down to the Algarve after the
oh,
tour
that's
was
right.
over. So yeah, I got money, but it was no worry. It was very
Yeah.
easy. There
Yeah.
are ATMs everywhere. It was no big deal.
Uh-huh. Okay,
And, and
Airport. They should have ATMs at the airport.
They
yep,
do.
they
Yeah.
have ATMs
Yeah.
at the airport for sure. So,
Yeah.
um, so that's not it. And for both of you have done trips before. Jeanette had to leave, um, and so but we have that meet and greet beforehand, and so we'll go over a lot of this
yeah,
beforehand too, just to make sure
okay,
everyone's comfortable, and then you get to meet people. I hope Jeanette does sign up because Kathy, she would be a great roommate
great.
for you.
Yeah.
So
She's been on other trips, did you say?
yes, she's been on
Okay,
a couple
cool.
of other trips.
I
So,
was not to change the subject, but I was feeling nostalgic for Playa Troncones today, hearing about there was a hurricane or something.
oh gosh, I need to,
Not that far from there.
really, I've got to look because
Yeah,
I didn't,
yeah, it was down in that area of Mexico.
okay, I'll have to check in, make sure they're okay. But,
Not sure if they had any damage, but anyway,
oh,
made me think about it.
nostalgia. That was for that place. It's easy to
I
do.
know.
Well, is there anything else I can tell you guys?
No, I'm looking forward to it. I
Yeah.
actually just got back a couple of weeks ago from a trip to Spain I took with my daughter.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really looking forward. I mean, it was a fabulous trip. So
Nice.
and so I'm really looking forward to going back to Portugal.
Oh,
Good.
good, good. I'm so glad. And Kathy, you're such a sweetheart for coming
Oh,
to this and adding your thoughts.
it
And
was such a fabulous trip. I just want to let everybody know that how much I loved it. So anyway,
we're going to Iceland. I'm going to
I
see Kathy in Iceland.
Oh,
know.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
When
Excited.
we're going to escape in the in the end of August, we'll escape the heat. So
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. We're having our first day of an 8-day stretch of a heat wave here. Just
Oh,
started today. It's
because you're
going to
in
be up to
Japan.
100 all weekend. And
Where
You're in
are you?
wait, I can't remember where you were.
yeah, low of
Cass-
80 degrees at night.
Oh
So where
gosh,
are you?
Nebraska,
Oh,
Nebraska.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Lincoln.
Yes. And Susan's in Tennessee.
right.
Oh,
And
And
it's not here,
Austin.
but we haven't had a fabulous spring. I mean, it's just
yeah.
been fabulous.
We did too. We did too. Yeah.
But
We're having a cool front. It's only like 92 right
I
now.
know.
Yeah.
Well, where are you at, Kathy?
Austin, Texas.
Oh, Austin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You got the heat.
It's
Uh,
fine.
Jeannie, I
Marcy.
wanted to tell you I'm going to visit Jan in Delaware over the
Oh
4th of
my,
July.
oh, how wonderful.
Yes.
I
I'm,
love it.
I'm flying out the 3rd and coming back just for 5 days. But
This is the kind of thing that I love about these trips. You hear
yeah,
people becoming friends and
yeah,
visiting each
I'm
other.
excited. I've never
I
been to
have
Delaware, and
a good
so
friend of mine, Devery Lamb, that also signed up
Oh,
for the trip.
oh, okay. She's coming too. That's your friend. Okay.
Yeah, we're good friends and we live in the same neighborhood. So she was
Are
really
you rooming together?
No, we both have single rooms.
Okay. I just don't
Yeah.
have that in front of me. So,
Yeah, yeah, but she's coming. So I thought she would be on the Zoom call
yeah,
tonight.
I know. We had about 15 people signed up for the Zoom, but anyway.
I'm going to
Yeah.
take off, y'all. Have so much
Thanks,
fun.
bye,
Kathy.
Kathy.
Bye.
Kisses. Bye. So yes, and we'll send the recording to you and everybody else of this. So, and you guys, if you have other friends who want to come, let's get it filled up so we can get that whole hotel.
Yeah, I've been working on some people, but yeah,
We'll send them this recording after, especially the part where Colleen's talking about it, because
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
So
She did a
anyway,
good
well,
job.
you guys are great to join in, and thanks, Marcy,
Sure.
Jeannie, Marcy,
Hey,
Jeannie.
hey, Kathy, I have a question for you. Can you
Yes,
stay on for a sec?
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll go, and you don't need me, do you?
No, I'm a co-host, so I think I can stop the
Okay,
meeting.
good,
Okay.
good. Susan, thanks.
Bye.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.